Cyclone MMA. Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk MMA. We're here. We just watched UFC Fight Night Paris, I guess we can call it. It was Gane versus Tuivasa. Cody, how you doing?
Not bad, man. How you doing today?
Doing solid. Great fight night card.
It was wicked, man. For free, that's a great card.
Good shit. We're going to start off with the co-main event because Bobby Knuckles is my boy.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Bobby Knuckles fanboy. I love that man. I
yes,
love
sir.
that
He's
man.
He's great, man. He's great.
So Vettori versus Whittaker. How did you think it was going to play out, and what are your overall thoughts of that fight?
So I personally thought Rob was going to win that fight. I thought that for sure. I thought that it was going to be a little bit more of a firefight. I thought there was going to be a lot more on Vettori's side, but I just think Rob just makes you fight that way. Makes the pressure, like he kind of stays back. Vettori says he likes to pressure, so he tried to do that, and I think Rob was just too technical for him.
You could tell that Vettori was trying to pressure throughout that entire fight, but Rob is just so damn good. He showed us like his true like championship spirit tonight. Like we all know he lost the belt to Izzy, and then the rematch was like so damn close.
Super close.
But as long as Robert Whittaker's in this division, he's constantly going to be an issue for anyone. He's like the ultimate gatekeeper. It's like they should just get 2 belts. They should give him a belt and Izzy a belt because he's that good.
They really should. He's that good. And Marvin Vettori is a great fighter too. Thought it was a good fight, you know. But just I feel that, like we just talked about, Rob's second best per se in that division. It's not going to change until he retires, I think.
Yeah. And the thing you notice too is I feel like Vettori at the end of that fight, he's like, you could tell he knew I lost this fight.
Oh, for sure. Like there's like the fight with Izzy where he's like, oh, I think I won. And then this one, he's like, nah, yeah, I lost that fight.
Like legitimately both Izzy fights, he's like, I won that.
Yeah.
And then with Whittaker, there was like no questions, hands down, you lost. I think the judges, they give him
I think
all 3 rounds other than one judge.
One judge gave him 1 round, yeah. Gave Vettori 1 round. Which, maybe the first round. Maybe.
I don't know. I still give it to Whittaker. I give all of them to Whittaker.
Me too.
But I feel like he's one of those fighters too. He seemed to get better each round, and he just looked good. In like 3-round Robert Whittaker. When was the last time we saw Robert Whittaker fight in 3 rounds?
It's been a while.
It seems like he's been in 5 rounds his last 6-7 fights.
Absolutely, because what? Izzy's both fights.
Yep.
Cannonier.
No, that was 3 actually, wasn't it?
It may have been 3,
but
it was 3. Wasn't fuck. Why am I drawing a blank right now?
Darren Till was 5.
Yeah, little short
Kelvin
guy.
Gastelum was 5.
Gastelum,
I'm looking up the Cannonier Whittaker fight because I forget if that was 3 or 5. Not that it like matters.
He finished Cannonier?
No, it was a decision, but Cannonier was coming on strong. Yes, it was 3 rounds. Okay. Regardless, Whittaker's the man. He's the ultimate gatekeeper. It seems rude calling him a gatekeeper because he's such a fucking G. He's so good. He's so damn good. But that just shows how good Israel Adesanya is.
Yeah. Rob is basically just playing in Izzy's tracks at this point.
Yeah.
It's like Izzy beats him, Rob beats him.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Rob beats him, Izzy beats him.
Yeah.
Rob beats him, Izzy beats him. And it's just like it's that one guy, that one person you just can't get past.
It's almost like Izzy has to try to move up again.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to the main event, which was like way, way, way more competitive than I thought it was going to be. We were talking. We made a bet. I told Cody, I'm like, Ty's not going to land 5 punches in the first round. And on paper, he didn't.
He didn't, no.
But in the later rounds of that fight, holy shit, Ty was putting it on Cyril Gane.
Ty is just Ty's the kind of guy that you just can't dislike him. You know, you can't dislike him.
Both of them.
Both of them, yeah. Both of them for that matter. But you can't dislike Ty. And, he's not your average. He is your average heavyweight. He's a big guy. He's huge, you know. But you look at him and you look at Cyril Gane and you're like, shit, these guys should not be in the same weight class. Yeah. They shouldn't be. There's just 2 different styles of heavyweights, and people, you look at that, okay, Cyril Gane's going to win this fucking fight.
I'm weird when it comes to Cyril Gane. I see him as like the ultimate alpha male. I feel like he's the best heavyweight. I say that even with Francis Ngannou roaming this planet. I'm still like, Cyril Gane's like perfect, and he's so like he's still so new to the sport that he's just gonna evolve, and I think he'll be a future champion. And when I saw this matchup, I just said, "Oh, Tai does not have a chance." I'm like, he's not gonna land. He's too small. He's got the reach disadvantage. He's kind of a one-trick pony. I'm not gonna say that anymore because dude's got a chin and he cracks like crazy. But I just thought Cyril Gane was way too technical. Tai proved that he could win this fight. They fought 10 times. Tai might come away with a couple victories there.
He very well might.
But let's not take away from how good Cyril Gane is, because he worked that body like crazy.
Dude, those body shots were killing Tai, man. God. They were eating him up, and like you said, you can't take away Tai's durability, man.
He's so durable.
Fuck.
And like he took a head kick and just kind of like wobbled a bit. I still don't know if he was playing possum.
I thought he was faking it. Yeah, I thought he was playing possum.
But he went right after him after.
Then took another one.
He took another one, and then those punches should finish any heavyweight. Like, those were vicious. Those were, like, head wraps around, and you just, like, could tell he, like, snapped his neck on it. Those were vicious uppercuts.
Man, and then when Tai landed, man, I thought, like, Gane was out for a second.
Oh, yeah.
He was out. And, like, he's talked about it, which is a great part, and a lot of respect from both those guys, because, like, Gane at the end is like, holy crap. Like, I was out. Like, I was seeing black. Like, that's the first time ever it's happened.
Yeah.
And that was great, man. I mean, I just like the respect from those guys. They both, all week during the fight, coming up to the fight, they were laughing, joking. And that's just who they are. They're just two guys who want to fight, prove that they're at the top of the division. And, well, Cyril Gane did that for sure.
I pity the fool who fights Tai next. He looks so good, dude. Like, even in defeat here, like, he couldn't really land, but he ate so many heavy shots and, like, threw back with such power where it's like, what's next for him, you know?
Yeah, he's going to stay at the top of that division for a little while. I don't think there's many. I mean, there are other guys in that division that can beat him, but there's not many other guys in that division that can stand and trade with him. Otherwise, you're going to sleep.
He's done the best job with Cyril Gane out of anyone in the UFC other than Francis.
Absolutely.
And that's being said, like, even considering he got finished. He was so close to winning that fight, and then just the tides turned. Gane weathered the storm and came away with a victory, which I'm excited to see what's next for him. Like, what are we going to see with him, you know?
You know, with Ngannou coming off, I believe he's out for a little bit more with his knee surgery and stuff. And then, you know, other people coming in to the heavyweight talks. So
Stipe, Jon Jones, there's other Curtis Blades. There are guys here, and we may talk about Jon Jones a little bit later.
Tom Aspinall as well.
Oh, I keep forgetting about him.
He messed up with that. Curtis Blades fight was going to be a good fight, man. And then his knee.
Yep.
Shit.
That's right. But there are other fights here that we want to talk about. Nasruddin Imavov versus Joaquin Buckley. I know we were like rooting for Buckley hard in this. I didn't care at the beginning.
Me either.
But then the antics from Imavov, I was just like, all right, Buckley, you gotta go.
Yeah, man, the shit just falling to the cage and all this shit. It's like, come on, man.
Standing over him.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Get back and fucking fight. And Buckley hit a few shots finally that was like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to wrestle a little bit now. I think I got it. I think I understand that power now. But man, that was a good fight too. That was fun to watch.
Imavov's really good. He beat Edmund Shabazian, right? I think
yes,
we talked about
yes,
that.
He did. Yeah, in New York last year.
But also beating Joaquin Buckley, who's a super he's a strong fighter. He's pretty good. The thing you think of when you think of Joaquin Buckley is that crazy spinning back kick that he had, where he just in the air and just knocked the dude out. The dude had his leg. I think it was Impa. I forget his last name. Who he's fighting, but. Like, that's what kind of made his career, I think.
Yeah, it did for sure.
Anytime he fights, it's so explosive and entertaining, and he has that one-punch knockout power.
He does, man, and that was quite the height difference in that fight too. Yep. And it was a tough fight, man, for sure.
It looked like two different fighters in two different weight classes.
Really,
and the fact that Buckley really rallied at the end was starting to putting it on Imavov strong, and was, you know, making it a fight towards the end. It's just a testament to his will.
It is for sure.
Yep. Another entertaining fight there. And then let's see. Oh, DeCarico versus Koplyov.
Oh yes.
I was expecting DeCrico to win that. I know
for sure.
Who was it? He had a crazy head kick knockout. Who was it? It was in 2021. Joaquin Buckley. There it is. I know they had some beef going.
Yeah, they did have some beef.
And he got the head kick knockout. I remember he was just freaking out. So I was expecting him to take it. That was a back in round fight for the amount of time it lasted, and then Kopylov came away with it. And then I think the other one we want to talk about is Charles Jourdain versus Nathaniel Wood. That's the fight that impressed both of us, I think.
That was awesome fight to start off that card, man. Nathaniel Wood is fun to watch, great fighter. A lot of respect for him, and then Charles, man, he's like very fun to watch.
He's a firecracker.
Well, his last fight, man, he ended it with like that Spartan kick. You remember that?
Yeah, I think that was the fight before.
Yeah,
his last one was
Burgos. Oh, was it the fight before?
I think it was the fight before because the last one was Burgos. I want to say, but I know what you're talking about.
Was it Burgos?
I think so. I think he lost to Burgos, right? Yeah, he lost to Shane Burgos.
Then who was the fight before?
It was Lando Venata.
Yes.
Oh no, dude, that was 2 fights ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was. He's very active because he lost to Shane Burgos in July.
Yeah, that's right.
He's already fighting in September here.
Wow.
But Nathaniel Wood surprised the hell out of me. It just seemed like anything Charles Jourdain had, Nathaniel Wood did better. He was more calculated, a little less wild, and he was good on the feet, good on the ground, just had a smart game plan for him.
He did, man. Nathaniel Wood was taking a couple tough shots, too, and just eating them, man, And I saw a post after. Charles was like, it happens, and I'm sorry, but we're coming back strong. And it's true, man. He had a good fight, and, and it's just, you get the short end of the stick sometimes. And Nathaniel Wood, hats off to him, he was absolutely great tonight.
Nathaniel Wood's going to be a problem for that division. I want to say he was a lightweight before. I want to say.
Yeah, he went up, right?
He went oh shit,
he went up.
He did go
he
up.
Was
so he wasn't a lightweight. He was a bantamweight.
135, right?
Okay, yeah, so he definitely found the weight class that works for him because he looks really good. Finishing a guy like Charles Jourdain with how durable and explosive that guy is. That's a feather in his cap for sure, and that's gonna get him close to a top 10 to 15 ranked fighter probably. Absolutely. I'd imagine.
I would say that he's coming off on a few wins, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, he beat Charles Rosa before that.
That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great fight to start off that card, man. It was fun, exciting, and the crowd, man, in Paris. Holy,
they were on
shit.
their feet, dude. They were.
The first.
They were ready.
First UFC event, right, in Paris?
I think so.
Yeah, man, and it was that crowd during the Tai fight and the Gane fight, man. Holy shit.
That's another thing. It's really cool to see a Frenchman win, in his home country.
Absolutely.
Like, that's super cool because, I feel like a lot of times there's, these cursed cards where they'll go to a certain place and then they'll have a bunch of fighters and they'll just – everyone from that country loses.
Yeah.
And then the crowd's just like, what the fuck are we doing here? But, that was solid.
That was a good free card to start off the day. The only thing I don't like about some of these cards is just noon for prelims.
Yeah.
3 p.m., Eastern time, depending where you are. And it's like –
I will say, though, I rather early cards than staying up till 1 a.m. watching fights.
That's true too. Yeah,
I'm up late anyways. But if I'm gonna like this pod, we wouldn't be having this podcast right now if the fights were ending at 1 o'clock.
Correct.
We would maybe do it, and our eyes would be bloodshot, and we'd be toasted. But it's kind of a nice change of pace every once in a while to have them early.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Let's move on now. Let's talk about UFC 279.
Yes,
because this is coming on. This is coming
weekend.
Up this Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through the card and then maybe we can talk about the 2 fights at the top. Maybe even the top 3. We'll see.
Yeah.
In the light heavyweight division, you got Johnny Walker versus Ion Cutelaba. That's just gonna be a firefight. Those are 2 wild boys who are gonna throw down.
That is, and Johnny Walker got knocked out his last fight, right?
Was that the Jamal Hill fight or no?
No, he didn't. Shit, I'm fucking up again.
No, you might be right. Yeah,
it was Jamal Hill. That crazy weird knockout.
Yeah,
where they hit him and he fucking flailed back.
When Gane got dropped, that's what I thought of.
Yeah,
because it was the same thing where I'm like, if he lands wrong on that cage, he's gonna
out.
Be out. Then we have Irene Aldana versus Macy Chasen in the women's bantamweight division. A catchweight between Kevin Holland and Daniel Rodriguez. I'm curious what they're fighting at. I think actually I saw it. I think it was 180.
I think it's 180, yeah.
Which is interesting because Kevin Holland, moved from 185 to 170, and now he's doing a catchweight with Daniel Rodriguez. That's two guys that have flamethrowers for freaking
Kevin
hands.
Holland just loves to fight.
Yeah, he does. He's good at it. So.
Very good at it.
So I'm excited to watch that.
That's going to be a fun fight.
And then the final two fights on this card is Li Jingliang versus Tony Ferguson. We're going to refer to Li Jingliang as the Leech.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to butcher that name any further. And then we have Khamzat Chimaev versus Nate Diaz. Cody, what do you want to talk about first here?
Fuck it. Let's just talk with Chimaev and Diaz.
Go for it.
We have to. Big fight in that division, man. Nate Diaz's last fight on his contract. Chimaev is upcoming. They're both gangsters, man. And Nate Diaz is never out of a fight. And Nate Diaz sells a card.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
I'm sorry, dude. Nate Diaz is so fucked.
He is fucked, man. I mean, he is fucked for sure. But they were talking about it. You can never count out Nate Diaz. And trust me, I think he's fucked too.
Yeah.
I think he gets thrown around. I think he gets punched. But Chimaev has not fought a 5-round fight.
I know.
And granted, I think he probably will finish Nate Diaz before that. I may be wrong. But like Nate Diaz said, it was on one of the little videos tonight. He said, this ain't a war or something like that. This ain't whatever. It's an army. And in order to kill me, you're going to have to kill me. Yeah. Is what he was saying, basically.
I just feel like the UFC...
That sounded stupid as fuck.
No, I think it was like, this isn't a war, it's an army. In order to beat me, you have to kill me. Something like that. Something like that. But I just feel like the UFC's taking a toddler and throwing him in the lion's den. And she's like, good luck. But
man.
But with that being said, the way that Gilbert Burns was able to tire out Khamzat Chimaev and win in the third round of that fight, if you see Nate Diaz busted, bloody, but not tired, and then you see a heavy-breathing Khamzat Chimaev in the fourth round of a 5-round fight, it's going to be fun. So
it is
going to be
fun, man.
So, I joke about them sacrificing Nate Diaz, but, if the MMA gods have anything to do with this fight, we're going to see Nate Diaz in a freaking war for the last 2 rounds of that fight.
Man, and I have a feeling, like I say, if Chimaev goes in, hits, wrestles, Nate Diaz is probably fucked, but Nate Diaz does have very good jiu-jitsu. He is good on the ground, So, I think he gets completely fucked, but he very well could make this a very exciting fight.
It's just so weird looking at Nate Diaz now. I feel like you got to look at Nate Diaz differently after he almost beat Leon Edwards, and now Leon Edwards is the champion of the welterweight division.
Yeah. You gotta look at him different.
You gotta toss some respect on his name, even though I just chanted sacrifice about him.
Man, yeah, the way he almost knocked out, I just drew a complete fucking blank. But yeah, Leon Edwards, yeah, right. Yeah, Leon Edwards. Man, it's you got to put respect on his name because he is a great fighter. People love to see him. He's gonna sell cards. Every card he's on is gonna sell. Yeah. He's going to sell a pay-per-view. So
both of these dudes are super popular already, but I feel like after next Saturday, a star will be born. It's going to be Khamzat Chimaev finishing, the legend Nate Diaz before Diaz leaves to go box Jake Paul or whoever the hell. Or you're going to see Nate Diaz, the crafty veteran, somehow beat Youngblood Khamzat Chimaev and then either gets a title fight or walks away from the sport on top.
Yeah, hey, fuck you, UFC.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dana. I'm leaving.
Now, we should just do rapid fire for these other ones.
Perfect.
The Leech versus Tony, who do you see winning that welterweight fight?
Leech, but I really want Tony.
Same. All right, the catchweight battle between Daniel Rodriguez and Kevin Holland. Who do you see winning that?
Kevin Holland.
I'm going to go Daniel Rodriguez on that one.
Oof.
Just I don't know why.
Man, Kevin, after his last fight against, we watched it.
Wasn't it,
it was
Francisco Trinaldo?
Nope.
No? Are you sure?
It was the other cowboy, right?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, Alex Oliveira.
What
the hell am I talking about? Dude, Trinaldo's like a bantamweight.
Yeah.
I was so far off there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in my head, I was thinking Alex Oliveira. I feel like they look similar.
No, his last fight was Tim Means, right?
No, it was Kevin Holland. March 5th. March.
No,
I'm
Kevin's,
fucking full of shit. You're right. It is Tim Means.
Okay.
Oh, shit. That's right. That's right.
He won that fight, and he won the fight against freaking Alex Oliveira, man. So I think
2 fight.
Yeah, he's 2 fights up, and I think Holland wins that fight.
I guess the thing I'm thinking about Daniel Rodriguez is, he has the win over Kevin Lee, who I have a lot of respect for in a way. I know Kevin Lee was always a meme, but I feel like the talent was there. I feel like when he lost to... Now we're going into this whole Kevin Lee conversation. But, he lost to Charles Oliveira, and I think people were like, oh, he's washed. And then Charles became champion. I think people are looking at that fight differently now. Yeah. But, I'm taking Daniel Rodriguez. Screw it. I'm rooting for Kevin Holland. I love Kevin Holland. Literally like a real-life superhero.
He is a fucking superhero, man.
The bantamweight matchup, who do you got? Aldana or Chiasson?
Chiasson.
Yeah, I'm going to go Chiasson as well. Then light heavyweight, Walker or Cutelaba?
I want Walker to win. I don't like Cutelaba. I think he fucking sucks.
I think Walker's going to win too.
Perfect.
Boom.
Cutelaba's a dick.
Yeah, he's very much just makes everything into... He kind of has Marvin Vettori energy. Yeah. And by the way, I'm going to bring that up real quick. I know this isn't related, but that's what you get for not shaking hands with the Reaper, Marvin Vettori. Yes, listen, sir. I like you, especially after your battle with Paulo Costa, but you got to shake hands with Rob, dude.
Come on, Marvin. Get rid of that little dick energy.
Yeah, dude. Come on. What are you doing? Marvin's going to... He's going to see this.
He's completely...
He's going to smash our heads together.
He completely fucking demolish me.
Oh, yeah. Just one hand behind his back. Yeah. Just kill both of us.
Fuck.
All right. We're going to move on. We're going to talk about Jon Bones Jones. Take it away, Cody. Talk about him.
Jon Jones, I won't say what I want to say. But no, he's
a cool guy. I love him. Sweetheart.
Great guy. No, one of the greats, man. He is one of the greats, regardless of drug tests. But he's a great.
He's got a lot of extracurricular activities that I'm not fond of.
No, for sure. But he's coming up. He's gonna go heavyweight, and the reason we're talking about him is because the heavyweight fight tonight. That could be what's next for Cyril Gane. Maybe if Stipe Miocic can't fight, or if something happens, they can't make something happen. Even though I think they are making Stipe and Jones, and I think that's a good fight.
I guess that's the thing. If you're matchmaker right now, who do you give Jon Jones as his first test in the heavyweight division?
Probably Miocic.
Rather than just if they could, would you just make Francis and Jones, or would you just go Stipe and Jones? Because he did give up his own title.
The UFC caters to Jon Jones because he is a pay-per-view seller and people like him. The UFC probably, if they had the option, is probably going to give him right to Francis Ngannou. Yep. I would like to see him fight, see Miocic first, and then Oregon, and then if you win, okay, you beat the number 1 or the number 4, whatever, between Stipe, or no, Stipe's 2. You beat 1 and 2, 1 or 2. Sure, give you a title shot.
It'd be really interesting. I feel like Curtis Blades would be a sick matchup.
That would be a sick matchup.
With the power in his hands and then the crazy wrestling he has, I would love to see that test for Jon Jones. I don't think they'll make that. I think they will make Stipe.
Did you see? I think they will make Stipe too.
Yeah.
Did you see? It was a couple fight cards ago. It was in the press conference, and someone asked Dana about the Jon Jones fight being possible, And December 11th, I believe, is the day they were trying to target it for. And that was in Las Vegas. And someone asked, are you a little skeptical about getting Jon Jones to fight in Las Vegas because of, drugs and stuff? And Dana kind of laughed and said, yeah, maybe we should have him fight in California or something. Yeah.
Or Iowa. Somewhere where there's nothing going on.
Nothing going on, yeah.
Shots fired at Iowa.
Yeah. Where it doesn't fucking matter what you take. But you can't take away from Jon Jones how good he is of a fighter.
No, he's really good. Man. It's just
he's a great fighter.
His worst enemy, the only one that can beat Jon Jones is Jon Jones.
That's it.
And we call him undefeated, even though he has a DQ.
He does.
But he has so many losses on his record when you look at the decisions he makes.
The one where he's sitting in his car, his 4th?
Is the DUI?
The DUI. Sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Jones," and he looks like a fucking idiot. Like you said, he's his own worst enemy, but the UFC loves him.
And, like, I'll watch every one of his fights because he's mad entertaining and he's a super good fighter. But with that being said, I see a losing streak coming because I think the guys in the heavyweight division are going to be a problem. I think you can't take that many years off so many consecutive times and still be the same fighter you are. I think that he's going to bite off a little bit more than he can chew, especially if he just starts right at the top with a Stipe or a Gane or an Ngannou.
As much as I want to agree with that and see him get his ass beat, I think it's Jon Jones. I think he's great, unfortunately. And I think he's going to just come back, do what he does, fight, finish, and beat these guys, and go for it.
Here's a question. Who wins, Stipe Miocic or Dominic Reyes?
Miocic.
Right. I would say that confidently. I'd say 55% of the MMA world, and I know MMA math doesn't work like this, thinks Reyes beat Jones.
He did beat Jones.
Now, if you take
Thiago
Santos versus Cyril Gane, who wins?
Cyril Gane.
I think 40% of the MMA world thinks Thiago Santos beat Jon Jones in his second to last fight.
I remember that fight.
I think Jones won both, personally.
I think Jones won the Santos fight. I think Jones lost the Reyes fight.
Most people think Reyes won that.
I think he did.
I was in the minority where I'm like, I think Jones won. But still, I think Jones is starting to show his age a little bit, or the rust a little bit. And you can't have rust at the heavyweight division because you mess up, you zig when you should have zagged, your head's in the third row.
Yeah, you're very true. It's going to be a big jump for him. But he's looking tough from his videos we see.
Yeah.
He looks big. He looks bulky. He looks ready. It's Jon Jones. Let's see if he's actually going to be fucking ready.
He do be powerlifting. I'll give him that.
He's tough, man. But it's going to be interesting to see what he does in the heavyweight division.
All right.
Stay off their secret juice.
Yeah, none of Paulo Costa's secret juice.
No secret juice, and he'll be okay.
No secret juice from you. All right, we're going to move on to awards. I have an award. Cody has an award. Do you know yours off the top of your dome?
Yeah, but you go first.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, do you know yours?
Yeah. I'll come up with it right now on the spot. Okay. It's the man with the scary Russian-sounding name award.
Fuck.
I'll repeat. I don't know if you'll get this. It's the man with the scary Russian...
Oh, why am I leaving out?
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, why are you, like, dipping?
Fuck.
The man with the scary Russian-sounding name award.
Did he fight today?
He did. We didn't talk about him, though.
Can I look at my phone?
Sure. I'll give you 5 seconds to look at your phone.
Okay, hang on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, if you have... Who do you think?
Magomedov.
If you have, like, an Edov or a Nurm or, like, a Mach or a Chev in your name, you're just going to... If you bet on that person. If any fighter that's fighting has any of those in their name, you bet on them. So... That was his debut in the UFC today.
Yes, it was, and it was nasty.
So, Abus Magomedov, he's 25-4-1, and it was his first fight in the UFC. And I just saw the name Magomedov, and I'm like, all right, so he's going to win. I texted my buddy. I texted James. I'm like, Magomedov's fighting. He's going to win. His name is Magomedov. 19 seconds, he gets a finish. 19 seconds, he knocks a dude out, gets a finish. And that was the fourth quickest finish in a UFC debut. We have another crazy Russian in the UFC.
Dude, that was crazy. That fucking front kick, man.
Front kick from hell.
That was fucking tough.
So that is the what I call it, the man with the Russian sounding name award or something like that. It goes to Abus Magomedov. Congratulations.
Okay. This might sound stupid, but it's okay. We're gonna run with it anyway.
We're cool. We're cool.
Okay, for an award, I'm gonna switch up from the one I originally had. Okay.
I didn't know what you had.
Okay. The Terminator of the UFC.
The Terminator. There's someone who, like, whatever you throw at them, They just can't be defeated.
Can't be defeated. The Terminator of the UFC.
All right. Is this person on this card?
No.
Oh, shit. I was going to go Tai Tuivasa. Okay, the Terminator. Thinking like Chimaev. I feel like he's a Terminator. I'll go Khamzat Chimaev.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
It is Khamzat Chimaev. And he is the Terminator. He's not going to lose, I don't think. Although he's going to have some tough fights. I don't think he's going to lose. I think he's going to go on a crazy run. I think he's going to eat through all these guys. I mean, you look at him. I was kind of worried that when he was going to possibly fight Usman. Okay. Could be a little worried. I have no fucking worries if he fights Leon Edwards. I really don't.
Maul him?
I think so. And no disrespect to Leon Edwards, but I think he mauls him. I think he fucking eats him up, and I think he would do a great fight against Colby Covington. I think he would eat fucking Jorge Masvidal. I think he would tear all the top 10 of that fucking UFC.
So you think a champion Khamzat Chimaev run is coming?
Very soon. I think right now, being Leon, you have to keep Leon as champ. I think the next 3 best fighters, and obviously they're the ranked ones, Usman, Chimaev, Gilbert Burns.
Yep.
I think Gilbert Burns is better than Colby Covington. And Colby, for some reason, hasn't fought him. They should make that fight.
Well, you think Gilbert Burns is better than Colby?
Absolutely.
Up top.
Absolutely.
Dude, Burns is the man.
Absolutely, man. Although a lot of people would say if Usman wasn't the champ, which he's not now, Colby Covington is the champion of the UFC. I don't see Colby Covington beating Gilbert Burns.
Nah, dude, Gilbert Burns is the man.
I don't really see it.
I'd love to see. So I feel like if we're playing matchmaking, you go Colby Gilbert.
Yes.
You got Nate Diaz in Chimaev right
Yep.
now. And then you do
Usman
Edwards rematch.
Yep.
And then you see how, like, whoever has the more, if Edwards beats Usman, then you could take either winner of those 2 fights.
Yes.
But if, like, Nate wins, he gets a title shot. Like,
Absolutely. Immediately.
But I think Chimaev, too, if he wins, I think they're probably going to fast track him to a title shot.
Yeah.
He very well could win that. Yeah, I could very well see a Chimaev, title run here and just being a dominant champion. He looks so good.
I feel that he's such a great fighter, and he has a lot to learn. But I feel like he, personally, of who he is and things he takes criticism, he takes that shit to heart. You can tell. Like, he was disappointed in that performance against Gilbert Burns because he didn't do what he should have done, he says. And I think he completely learns from that. The Nate Diaz could be a fucking play fight. He may mess around, who knows. But I feel you put him in a serious situation with a guy like Colby Covington, now after that Gilbert Burns fight, fucking rip Colby Covington. I'll be the first to say it.
You're calling your shot.
Yes, sir.
And now it's time to call some different shots because we're moving on to
sir.
segment number 5. We're going to be talking about, you got the whole Jake Paul thing going on right now. You got, like, celebrities fighting, these, or they're boxing. Other celebrities and retired MMA fighters. So my question is, what celebrity do you want to see in the UFC? And then I think there's a nice discussion we can have about, like, who they're going to fight.
Okay. Do you want to say yours first?
I say you go first because I'm still debating between a few people.
Fuck, me too.
I'm going to throw out a joke one first. Okay. And I know the matchup.
Okay, go the joke one.
I think that we need to see Will Smith in the UFC headlining a pay-per-view against Chris Rock. Low-hanging fruit. It's like basically on the ground. I pick it and eat it. Dude, Will Smith would slap the shit out of Chris Rock. Chris Rock's just too small.
He is too small,
I don't know, dude. And, like, literally, like, Will Smith, like... he went into training to play Muhammad Ali in a movie. Yeah. So, like, he's probably got some boxing experience.
So we can do any celebrity. Women?
Any celebrity. Yes, you can do women.
Fucking Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. Okay.
I'm
trying to think. This is disrespectful, but how much do you think Martha Stewart weighs? Like, what do you think she'd weigh in a fight?
I'd put her...
Put her at 35.
Put her at a 35, 135. Fucking.
So let's do Martha Stewart versus Valentina Shevchenko in a title fight. See how that goes. And Snoop Dogg will be in her corner training.
Martha's been to the hard, She's been there.
Yeah, dude. She went to prison. She was behind bars.
Fucking A, man. Martha's rough, man. Make those shanks, you know. You never know what Martha can come up with.
I got one.
Okay, go for it.
We have to figure out what weight class this dude would be in. But actually, I think I know. I listened to a pod the other day.
Okay.
Mr. Joe Rogan always commentates these UFC fights. I know he's old.
Okay.
But I think we can find a matchup for him.
Yeah.
So I think the other day he said he weighed like 199. I was listening to the Protect Our Parks podcast that they have.
So you put him at what, 185?
Put him at 185. Put him in middleweight division. What's a nice matchup for him there?
Kevin Gastelum.
That's perfect. That's
fucking
perfect.
Kevin Gastelum. That's the first. They both kind of got the same builds. I feel like that'd be a fun fight.
Yeah, it would be. Holy shit, you were like... Because I can't think of anything better than that. That's perfect.
Kevin Gastelum, man, would fucking have a fun fight with Joe Rogan.
We keep saying Kevin. It's Kelvin.
Oh, Kelvin. I do say Kelvin. Fuck.
I was thinking the same thing, too, though. I'm like, yeah, Kevin Gastelum.
Yeah,
my guy.
Kelvin, sorry, man.
The dude who, like, ripped Izzy apart. Dude, lost the fight.
But... You look at Kelvin Gastelum and who he is. He's a great fighter. He's a fun guy, dude. Wicked cool. You look at his build and you look at him and you're like, how the fuck is he the one that gave Israel Adesanya the hardest fight?
It's weird.
How?
He looks like a little like a little raptor, like a little dinosaur. But
do we do another one?
What?
Another celebrity?
Do you have one in mind?
I don't know. I feel like we have to talk about him.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Mark and the Funky Bunch, and we're not talking about Mark Wahlberg.
No, Mark Zuckerberg,
the Facebook creator, the stealer of Facebook.
I know who I want to see him fight.
Who?
What weight do you think he would fight?
So I feel like he might be tall, right? How tall is Mark Zuckerberg?
I want to put Mark Zuckerberg at 155, just cause.
I'm gonna Google his Mark. If you have someone in mind, I feel like you're gonna say Patty.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Patty Pimblett called him out one day for shits and giggles because Patty's trying to do good things, influencing on Facebook and trying to be the good person. And Mark keeps taking down his fucking posts and all this, and Patty was
154.
Perfect.
Nice.
Patty Pimblett. Just because he was like, you're taking down my fucking posts. I'm trying to influence people in a good way. And you got all these people. And he's a kind of rich asshole that just has to get his ass beat.
Yeah.
To me, I think he's an asshole.
Yeah, I think that would be a fun matchup. You could just do Conor versus Mark Zuckerberg because that's going to make a lot of money. And then also it's like they could put their own money on the line. Like I think Mark Zuckerberg understands he's not going to win that fight.
No.
So maybe it's like they do an over-under of like, can I survive one round with Conor McGregor? Yeah. Put their own money.
Conor,
I think that'd be fun.
Titanium shin bone.
That's right. That's right. We got to talk about Conor next pod because
we do.
I feel like we don't talk about him enough. He's he posted a video the other day. I don't know if you saw it. He posted a video of him like getting head on a yacht.
Well, did he really?
Like straight up? And I'm just like, oh damn, hey Conor, what's up? Such a weird guy. Such a weird guy.
Did you see? I know this is. Did you see where he was shit talking Hezbollah?
Yes, dude. He was like talking about punting Hezbollah.
And then Volkanovski was like, you got to go through me first, mate.
Yeah.
So, holy
it's
fuck.
funny
Conor
that
was getting head on a yacht.
Yeah, and he didn't show like his shaft, but he showed like the top of the head, and he showed like his hand, and it's just like, what are you doing?
Hopefully,
like, cool watch,
hopefully
bro.
It was his wife.
Dude, that's the thing. That's the debate. It's like, was that D or was that just some lady? Because there's so many pictures of him like cheating on his wife. He's not even married, is he? I think it's just his girlfriend.
Thought it was his wife.
I don't know if they're married.
No, they're not.
But like, he's so dude. He's at the point where he's like out of touch with reality, where it's just like so cringe. Anytime he posts stuff, like he's talking about like punting someone who has like dwarfism.
Yeah, I'm a fucking 19-year-old dwarfism person.
With that being said, though, Hezbollah has got to chill.
He's awesome,
dude. I don't think he's. This is a hot take. I don't think he's awesome.
I think he's fucking useless, but
the thing is, like, he keeps, like, punching people, and then he's, like, do you see the video of him taking food and, like, shoving it in Volkanovski's face? And it's like, you're a 19-year-old who's just, like...
being a fucking child.
Being an asshole.
Yeah. See the one where he punched Shaquille O'Neal? On the
boat? Yes, he punched Shaquille O'Neal. Who else did he punch? I think he punched, like...
Habib.
He punched Habib.
Fuck, he's punched. Oh, did you see the one? Who's that guy?
Was it Nogueira?
No, who's that guy that does the fucking He does like the little interviews and shit.
Oh, it's like the Barstool guy.
The Barstool guy, and he fucking grabbed because he thought he said some shit talking. Yeah. Hasbulla thought he was talking shit to him. He grabbed him by his fucking tie and was trying to beat him up.
Hasbulla had a chicken and he named it like Conor McGregor or something, and I think that's why Conor got so upset. But Conor has to understand, like, you have all the money in the world. Like, you had 2 titles. And, like, I know people look at you like you're cringe now. And, like, you lost a few fights and you got a little angry and you broke your leg bone. You just got to chill out.
He does.
He comes off as such a cokehead.
He is a cokehead, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Connor, don't make Dustin get you again.
We're gonna call Dustin here to protect us because Connor's gonna send.
We know what happened. Yeah, we know what happened last time. Fucking someone talked shit to somebody that Connor knew. Connor flew on a fucking jet to Barclays Center.
Yeah. Threw a dolly at the bus.
Threw a dolly at the bus because he couldn't punch nobody.
That's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that he's like that in his brain. He's like, I got it. Let's throw a dolly at a bus.
Yeah. Instead of fighting the guy because I'm a UFC fighter, let's throw something. Yeah.
That's what you get.
Slick move.
That's what you get for fucking with Artem Lobov. The GOAT.
Yeah.
The greatest fighter of all time, Artem Lobov. Okay. We're off the rails at this point. We got to end this shit.
All right.
This is episode 9 of Let's Talk MMA. Goodbye.
See ya.
Peace.